Good morning student, this is recap video of chemical kinetics part. In chemical kinetics till now we have studied differential rate of equation, how we can calculate differential rate expression, how we can calculate integrated rate expression, how we can determine order of reaction. So we have studied here order of reaction, zero order, following order of reaction. We have studied following order of reaction, zero order and first order reaction. In case of zero order reaction, we all know that integrated rate equation is A initial is equals to, we can write in zero order reaction we can write A final equals to minus KT plus A initial. So this is equation of straight line, and in case of first order reaction the rate expression is given as KT equals to 2.303 log A initial upon A final, initial concentration upon final concentration. When we write rate expression for zero order reaction, then rate expression is R equals to K A to the power 0 for zero order reaction, and for this expression R will be equal to K. Rate of reaction R equals to rate of reaction equals to rate constant. Because 0 power on A will give value 1, so it will be K into 1, so R equals to K. For first order reaction we can write R equals to K A to the power 1. Rate expression will be R equals to K A to the power 1. So R equals to K A to the power 1, here rate is directly proportional to concentration of reactant, while in case of zero order reaction we can see rate is independent of concentration of reactant. Now if we talk about the first order reaction, half life of first order reaction. Half life of first order reaction, then in case of zero order reaction half life is given as T half equals to A naught. A naught means initial concentration divided by 2K. So in case of zero order reaction we can see half life is directly proportional to initial concentration. But if we talk about the first order reaction, for first order reaction half life is equal to 0.693 divided by K. In this case half life is independent of concentration, but here you can see half life in zero order is directly proportional to initial concentration. So in rate expression we have seen rate is independent of concentration in case of zero order reaction, but in case of zero order reaction half life is directly proportional to initial concentration. Similarly in case of zero order first order reaction rate is directly proportional to concentration of reactant. When will you increase the concentration, rate of reaction will increase, but half life is independent. Why? Because we can see here expression T half equals to 0.693 divided by K. Now we will see the derivation for first order reaction. We write, suppose any chemical reaction is there in which reactant A is converting into product P, then we write R equals to K concentration of A, R equals to Ka. Also we can write rate equals to minus dA upon dt. We can write R equals to minus dA upon dt. Both are rate, so we can equate both equation. So if we equate both the equation, then we can write here Ka equals to minus dA by dt. Now if we bring this dt this side, so we can write K dt equals to minus dA change in concentration divided by concentration of A, and if we integrate both side, integrating both side we will get K integration of dt equals to minus integration dA by A. Now this reaction is carried out in certain time interval and in certain concentration range. So here we write concentration limit initial concentration to final concentration, and here we put time T1 to T2. Now if we solve this, if we integrate this, then we'll have K into T equals to minus ln A, and the limit over this will be initial to final. So for this we can write here expression K into T equals to minus ln A final minus ln A initial, and if we multiply negative sign inside, then we'll get K into T equals to ln A initial minus ln A final. That can be written as KT equals to ln A final divided by A initial. Ln A minus ln B will be equals to ln A final upon A initial. When ln is converted into log, that is base E is converted into base 10, then multiplication factor is 2.303. That already I have discussed in the class. Again you just see the revision. So we'll write here 2.303 log, we can write this here, K into T equals to 2.303 log initial concentration divided by final concentration. KT equals to 2.303 log initial concentration divided by final concentration. So this is the overall rate expression, integrated rate expression for first order reaction. Now we talk about the half-life. Half-life. We already know that half-life is the time in which half of the reactants are converted into product. So suppose any chemical reaction A is there in which reactant A is converting into product P. Initially its concentration is A naught and its concentration is 0, T equals to 0. At T equals to T final, T initial, T equals to 2, T its concentration is A naught by 2. So what is happening here? Concentration is becoming half of the initial concentration. So in this case we can write the rate expression here, K into T half. Why we use T half? Because it is half lifetime, means time in which initial concentration is reduced to half. So K into T half, in place of initial concentration we'll write here A naught. So we can put here A naught, and here final concentration is A naught by 2. We'll substitute here A naught by 2. On solving, we can see that K into T half equals to 2.303 log 2. So we can write K into T half equals to 2.303 into 0.301. Value of log 2 is 0.301. On multiplying this, we'll get K into T half equals to 0.693, and from here T half will be 0.693 divided by K. So we can write here half life equals to 0.693 by K, means half life is independent of concentration of reactant. So if we plot the graph between half lifetime and concentration, then we'll get a straight line. Why? Because no matter whatever is the concentration, it is not going to affect the half life of the first order chemical kinetics. Now if we see zero order reaction, already I have discussed zero order. So we just see the zero order reaction. What is the case of zero order reaction? In zero order reaction we have studied A final equals to minus KT plus A naught initial. A initial. Now suppose any chemical reaction is there, same reaction, reactant is converting into product, and it is zero order reaction. So in case of zero order reaction, what happens? Concentration will reduce half of its initial concentration. So if you write here T equals to 0 and its concentration is A initial, and t equals to t initial, t final equals to t, and a final is a initial by 2, then the time taken here will be t half. So if we write this value in this equation, t half, final concentration will be initial concentration by 2 and initial concentration is ai. Then in this case we can see that we can write a initial by 2 minus a initial is equals to minus kt. So here a initial by 2 minus a initial will be negative of a initial by 2, and here negative kt. This negative will cancel out, will become positive, and we can write here, this is t half, we can write t half equals to a initial by 2k. If we make this reaction like this equation as t half equals to a naught 1 by 2k plus 0, then you can see it is following the equation y equals to, this one is x, we can change 1 by 2k a naught, then we can write properly mx plus c, where c is intercept, and m is slope and x is initial concentration. Now if we plot the graph, between t half and concentration, then this graph will be a straight line passing through the origin, and slope of this graph m will be equal to 1 by 2k. So we have seen here two cases. This was the case of zero order reaction. But in case of first order reaction, we get the nature of graph like we have seen, it will be a parallel line to concentration axis. So this graph says that rate half-life time in case of first order reaction is independent of concentration, and this graph says that half-life time in case of zero order reaction is directly proportional to concentration. You can see directly proportional to concentration means more is the concentration of reactant, more will be its half-life in case of first order reaction. जितना ज़्यादा अमाउंट हम लेंगे ज़ीरो ऑर्डर रिएक्शन के केस में हाफ लाइफ उतना ही ज़्यादा होगा, जितना कम अमाउंट लेंगे हाफ लाइफ उतना ही कम होगा. But in case of first order reaction, it is independent of concentration. No matters we take 1 microgram or 1 ton, half life will remain same. It is independent of concentration. So this was the relation of concentration and half life in both zero order and first order reaction. Now if we see the equation that A final equals to minus KT plus A initial, then it is also following the relationship y equals to mx plus c. So if we plot the graph of concentration versus time, then we'll have the graph this with negative slope. If we take here concentration and if we take here time, then we'll have this graph with the slope m equals to minus k. Now if we see the first order reaction, then in first order reaction we have ln A initial upon A final equals to k into t. So if we plot the graph, again it is y equals to mx plus c. So if we plot the graph of ln A initial upon A final versus time, then we'll have graph a straight line passing through origin where slope m will be equal to k. So what is the use of this? That whenever we'll plot such graphs, with the help of these graphs we can determine the slope of the line, and if we determine the slope of line we can determine the rate constant both in case of first order reaction as well as in case of zero order reaction. This one is a graph for first order, this one is graph for first order reaction, and this one is graph for zero order reaction. Zero order reaction. Now we will see what is the difference between order of reaction and molecularity of reaction. We will see what is difference between order of reaction and molecularity of reaction. Suppose we take any hypothetical chemical reaction in which A plus B gives C plus D. A reacts with B and gives C and D. So when we talk about the molecularity of reaction, then molecularity of reaction is the number of molecules participating in chemical reaction in its elementary step or slowest step. Suppose this one is slowest step. So how many particles, how many molecules of reactants are participating in the elementary step or slow step, that is known as molecularity of reaction. So molecularity of reaction is completely a hypothetical concept. So we can see here molecularity, number of, what is molecularity of reaction? Number of molecules. It's a theoretical concept. Number of molecules involved in elementary step is known as molecularity of reaction. But when we talk about the order of reaction is number, order of reaction is experimental value. It is experimental value. We cannot determine theoretically order of reaction. To determine the order of reaction, we need to go into the lab. We'll go to the lab, there we'll perform experiment, and with the help of experiment, we'll determine what is order of reaction. But molecularity of reaction is completely theoretical concept. For determination of molecularity, we need not to go into lab. Second point is, it will be always integer, positive integer. It is always a positive integer. It cannot be zero. It cannot be zero. ये एक पॉजिटिव इंटीजर होता है. दिस कैन नॉट बी, molecularity of reaction cannot be zero. We cannot say that in this reaction zero molecules are involving. अगर molecule होगा ही नहीं तो chemical reaction कैसे possible है? Without molecule we cannot imagine the chemical reaction. So molecularity of reaction can never be zero, but order of reaction can be, it can be zero, it can be 0, 1, fractional, any value can be possible for order of reaction. Order of reaction can be 0, can be 1, can be fractional, but molecularity of reaction cannot be 0. It will be always some whole number value. Molecularity of reaction, if we talk about the molecularity of reaction, that can be 3, 4, 5. Molecularity of reaction generally more than 3 is rare. When we talk about the molecularity of reaction, then molecularity of reaction more than 3 is rare, but order of reaction can be 3. 3. Order of reaction can be 3. Order of reaction can be 3. So these are the differences between molecularity of reaction and order of reaction. I have already discussed the questions of NCERT exercise. Again, I will give you a recap video of the all questions of NCERT exercise in the next video lecture. Till then, you just try to solve those questions by yourself. Only then you will be able to learn, because you have to develop your thinking skill, your question solving skill. For that you need to practice by yourself first, then I will give you the complete explanation of all those numericals. Thank you.